Know how long and frustrating the green card journey can be. If you or someone you know is applying for an employment-based or family-based green card, this video will bring fresh hope and clarity. We're going to show live proof that surprisingly under the Trump administration, green card applications for adjustment of status are being approved in as little as 6 months. One of our friends has shared his case details and USCIS account case progress. Today, we're bringing you one of the cases that shows a surprising trend under the current administration: faster adjustment of status approvals. Yes, we're talking about a real application filed in December 2024 that was approved in just over 6 months. And the best part, there was no interview required. In this video, we'll break down the exact timeline of that case, explore what this means for green card applicants in 2025, and share practical tips to help you speed up your own application. If you like this video, please hit the bell button, subscribe, and like it so that you may get updates straight to your smartphone. Now, let's get into the video. For years, employment-based or family-based green card applicants have been caught in an exhausting cycle of delays, RFS, and long processing times. Under previous administrations, it wasn't unusual for applicants to wait over a year, sometimes even 2 or 3, just to hear back on their Form I-485, the adjustment of status application. It seems that the Trump administration, despite its tough rhetoric on immigration, has introduced internal operational changes at USCIS that have led to measurable improvements in some areas of legal immigration processing. One of those improvements, a reduction in processing time for straightforward adjustment of status cases. According to the case we're about to show you, USCIS moved from application to approval in just over 6 months. That's with a request for evidence along the way and no legal representation involved. Let's look at the timeline before we get into this case's USCIS account activities. The applicant submitted their employment-based green card application on December 24, 2024. Just before the holiday season, on January 24, 2025, USCIS accepted the application and issued a receipt notice. Just 1 day later, on January 25th, USCIS issued the biometric appointment notice that was scheduled for February 12th. A quick turnaround by any standard. The applicant attended his biometric appointment, which was smooth and completed in 15 to 20 minutes with fingerprints and a photo. Remember, this is the photo that will later be shown on your green card. From February to June in the USCIS account, the case was pending, showing 9 to 12 months of processing timelines. But then on June 26, 2025, the applicant received a request for evidence. The RFE was related to his medical vaccination on Form I-693, which was missed by his doctor when the first application was submitted in December 2024. Getting an RFE is usually the point where things slow down, but in this case, my friend responded quickly. USCIS acknowledged receipt of the RFE on July 9, 2025. And next, the day came for the update that an applicant waits to hear for decades. That's correct. On July 11th, the I-485 petition got approved and the green card was officially produced on July 17th. From start to finish, that's about 6.5 months. And remember, this case was self-prepared. No attorney, no paid legal service, just careful attention to detail. The applicant filed for themselves, and their complete, well-documented application allowed them to bypass one of the biggest delays in the process, the in-person interview. Now, to be clear, not all cases will follow this timeline. Each application is unique, and some factors such as security checks, country of birth, or prior immigration history can cause delays. But this case highlights a crucial truth: it is possible to get a green card faster than many people think, especially if your application is straightforward and properly prepared. Now, let's log into the USCIS account and validate the same. Here we go. You can clearly see that the case was opened on December 24, 2024 and closed on July 17th. Now, let's look at the case history in detail. It is all the timelines of where it started, and with the RFE it got closed by July 17th. So, what's going on at USCIS that's making this possible? First, the agency has invested in data and workflow automation. Internal systems can now flag clear-cut cases for faster review, meaning USCIS officers spend less time on applications that meet all the requirements. Second, USCIS has resumed the practice of waiving interviews for simple employment-based cases. This was common before the pandemic but had slowed during recent years. Now it appears to be back, at least for certain categories. Third, USCIS has hired more staff and focused on backlog reduction. These hires have helped streamline the review of Form I-485 and related applications. For applicants watching from the sidelines, this means one thing: you should not give up hope. The system, while far from perfect, is showing signs of efficiency for those who are prepared and responsive. Let's also talk about requests for evidence or RFS. In this case, the RFE was for updated medical documentation, a common request. Many applicants panic when they receive an RFE, but it's important to remember an RFE is not a rejection.
And in immigration,
it's a chance to clarify or supplement your file. Responding promptly and completely can keep your case on track.
The U.S. Immigration Information
This applicant did exactly that. They responded to the RFE on time, and within 2 days their case was approved. Another key lesson: don't underestimate your ability to file on your own.
Processing times,
having a lawyer is helpful,
fees, and more.
for complex
We will continue
cases.
to provide
Many
all information about U.S. visitor visas, such as B1 and B2, work visas, such as L1A,
and using available
L1B,
resources.
and H1B,
in this case,
student
that
visas,
worked.
green
and
cards,
let's not forget the
immigrant
emotional
visas,
impact.
EB1,
Receiving a green
EB2,
card is
EB3,
more than just a legal
EB4,
status.
and
It's a
EB5,
milestone that
and
changes
family
lives.
immigrant visas.
Faster approvals
If you
mean
haven't
families
already,
can plan
please
with more
subscribe
confidence.
to the U.S.
Workers
Immigration
can accept
channel.
job offers without fear, and immigrants can finally feel the stability they've worked so hard to earn. So what can you do now if you're planning to file your green card application? To begin, please carefully review all eligibility criteria. Please ensure that your Form I-485 and supporting documents are complete and free of errors. Second, respond quickly to any USCIS communications. Whether it's a biometric appointment notice or an RFE, timely responses matter. Third, monitor your USCIS account regularly. You can track updates, upload documents, and receive real-time notifications through the USCIS online system. Fourth, stay informed. Policies can shift. What's true today might not apply next month. Subscribe to trusted immigration updates so you never miss a critical change. And finally, if your case is complex or if you have previous immigration violations or criminal issues, consult an experienced immigration attorney. But if your case is clean and straightforward, don't be afraid to prepare it yourself with care. In the coming days, we'll be sharing even more examples like this: real cases, real approvals, and real hope for those navigating the U.S. immigration system in 2025. That's all we have in this bulletin. The U.S. Immigration Updates channel provides all necessary visa information and procedures for your U.S. immigration journey. We will continue to provide all information about U.S. visitor visas such as B1 and B2, work visas such as L1A, L1B, and H1B, student visas, green cards, immigrant visas EB1, EB2, EB3, EB4, and EB5, and family immigrant visas.